What are the overarching themes? What are the energies, circumstances coming up in July 2025 for Capricorn? Oh, new beginnings in reverse. Wow. And I can see family, friends, and guides at the bottom of the deck in reverse as well. Yeah. So Capricorn, you may be wanting to start something new, or you may get that sense that something is on the horizon, but you may feel like you're in a bit of a holding period, right? That it's not the right time, that something needs to happen first, or there's something that you aren't aware of yet, okay, that may be coming into play. So it's almost like your spidey senses are going, that you feel like, I want to move on this. I know I need to move on this soon, but I don't feel like it's the right time. There's something. There's a reason. I don't know what it is yet, but there's something, right? Because again, you guys are very methodical. You don't just jump on things, right? You think long term, the long-term repercussions, right? You like to have a plan in place. You like to be strategic with your moves, right? So even though, you are an earth sign, that doesn't mean you don't have a strong intuition, right? I feel like you do, especially when it comes to material matters, okay? So you'll sense if something's not quite aligned, or something's amiss, or it's not the right time to move on something yet. And that's what you're getting, right? You're sensing that it's not the right time. You may even have like a technique or a method that lets you know, like, okay, it's fine for me to move on this, right? You may even wait for a sign from your guides, but you haven't received that yet. So you're like, you know what? I haven't received my sign yet, so I'm going to wait. And maybe people may be surprised, like, wow, does the Capricorn ever think like that? Is that really Capricorn energy? You'd be surprised, okay? You'd be surprised. But that's what I'm getting for you guys, right? You feel like it's not the right time yet, so you're just waiting for that sign, the green lights, should I say, to take action here. Yeah, 8 of Cups in reverse. Yeah. So you are in the process of leaving something behind, emotionally disconnecting, detaching, okay? Releasing a circumstance or possibly people as well, okay? In order to embark on this new journey, but this is more like preparation, right? It's not that you're not ready. You're just waiting for that cue before you take that step. Yeah, exactly. 6 of Cups and the Hierophant. So you could definitely be branching out in a way that's different compared to what you're used to, all right? You may have grew up in a very sort of traditional home environment, okay? A very traditional way of operating in life. You may even come from a religious background, right? But I feel like you've cultivated your own way of navigating life, okay? Your own perspective, your own perception. I do feel like you are very spiritual though, right? Again, something that may surprise people. They think that you're going to be all about your money, right? Think about the typical things that people talk about with Capricorns. It's always about work and money, right? People don't account for your spiritual nature, but it's very much here, right? It's very much on the surface. I can see it and feel it myself, okay? So, and that could be still a surprise to people, right? But this is the thing, It's not that you're adverse to tradition as such, but I feel like you're not afraid to create your own, okay? You're not afraid to create your own, carve out a path for yourself, okay? Very nice. Yeah, the Hanged Man, exactly. So you've definitely had a dramatic change of perspective over time, right? I do feel like there may have even been like a close call situation, right? I don't know if you could go as far as like a near-death experience, but it's something like a close call situation that triggered a shift in perspective, right? For sure, right? And it may even made you aware of your connection to the divine, okay? Your connection to your guides, your ancestors, right? Your angels, whatever it is to you. And so with that in mind, it's not about you defying tradition or not respecting what your family, your friends have taught you, shown you, or what their beliefs are, or how they go about their lives. It's just simply, this is how it is for you personally, right? So again, I feel like at this time you've outgrown a certain environment, or you know it's time to really lead from this path, right? Lead from this place, this perspective that you have, right? You may even feel like you're being called. You know how, like in a lot of religious stories, and not just in Christianity, but across the board, right? A lot of religions have stories about how these significant archetypal figures are always led out of the village. They're always led away from the environment they grew in order to go on this journey of self-discovery and really connecting with the divine and understanding some profound things. And they go on to do profound things. That's very much the energy here, right? So you don't even realize that this sort of archetypal story, okay, you're becoming, is taking shape, Capricorn, okay? So you're soon going to find yourself leaving the village, as it were, okay? So just like Jesus, for example, had to leave his hometown, you're going to be leaving your hometown. You're going to leave everything you once knew behind, because this is part of almost like a spiritual pilgrimage that you're going to be on, right? But it's a journey of self-discovery, self-realization, okay? For some of you guys, you may even become some kind of significant figure within a spiritual community or within some other type of community, right? You may actually, be established as some kind of industry leader or someone who is an authority figure on something here, especially with the Emperor being here. But you couldn't hold that position in the environment you're currently in. You have to go elsewhere in order to be given that position, to be crowned, okay? It's very much that energy. Again, very archetypal of the hero's journey, right? These stories come up over and over. So Capricorn, you're about to embark on your own. That's what you need to know, okay? You're about to embark on your own. And yes, it may surprise some people. But for us, yourself, not really a surprise, okay? We always knew that this was something you were going to eventually do, okay? And the time is soon approaching. So this is a heads up to let you know that whilst it's not the moment yet, it is coming, and it's coming soon. So it's important now to make sure that, you are ready mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So once you get that sign, you just get moving, okay? Amazing energy for you. So I hope that helps.